Are you ready to think big and act bold? Then you are in the right place. This is Innovative Entrepreneurs, a podcast that will bring you the stories, insights, and tips from some of the most successful and innovative entrepreneurs in the world. I am your host, Erica Bailey, and I am here to help you start, scale, and sustain your own entrepreneurial journey. Let's get started. Welcome to another episode of the Innovative Entrepreneurs Podcast. I am Erica Bailey, your host, and I am so glad to be here and grateful that you are listening. Today, we are honored to have Daniel Driggs. He is the creative mind behind Crisp Catering. This is a Utah-based company renowned for its top-notch catering services. In 2021, Daniel's entrepreneurial journey began driven by his love for food and the joy of becoming a parent. He is dedicated to providing fresh, customized, and delectable culinary experiences for all occasions. Daniel's commitment to innovation keeps his business evolving. Besides his professional successes, he is a devoted family man, cherishing moments with his wife and son. Daniel, thank you for joining us today. We are excited to learn from your journey. How are you?
I'm good, and thank you. That was very kind.
You are very welcome. So you started your business in 2021, is that right?
Yeah, just recently. Yeah.
Okay, all right. What did you do before that?
So funny enough, being from Utah, I did a kind of Utah profession, which is door-to-door sales. And you travel across the United States, you knock doors, you talk to people about bugs or about solar. And I was the most annoying human for those people that are in the middle of doing their day-to-day, and then all of a sudden someone knocks on their door. I did that for years. You do pretty well, funny enough, in that profession. And I finished after 4 years, and I was kind of getting through school. And my buddy called me, and he owns a little soda shop. Okay. Sells soda, pretzels, random things like that. And he's like, I just need someone. I have this catering company on the side that does soda for people. And I just need someone to sell events. And I'm like, well, I'm going to leave next summer to go sell again. So you have me for 8 months.
Okay.
And yeah, kind of funny, kind of random. And within 3 months, we had gone from 100 events, was his biggest year ever, to over 400 on the books for the following year events. And we ended up that year doing 800. And so it was this monumental explosion of this company's cool. People like soda at events, and they like pretzels, and they like beignets. Yeah, so I ran his company. So I totally made every mistake in the world trying to figure out how to run a catering company and what brides want. And you're dealing with the most stressed out customer of a bride and the mother of the bride. Mm-hmm. You're dealing with the most beautiful setup, presentation. Mm-hmm. Then after 2 years running that, we did great. We loved it. I'm still good friends with the owner of that company. I was like, hey, I'm just going to start my own. It's too stressful to not own it. I can't keep running this company. That's totally fair. Good luck. And he's still doing really well. And that's when I started Crisp. And funny enough, it was the day I told them, you have me. My wife was pregnant, and I said, you have me till my wife gives birth. It could be a month from now. It could be 3 months from now. I don't know how early or late, but the second my son is born, I'm gone. And he's like, totally fair. After my wife had delivered, I was building the logos, and I was texting graphic designers, and I was rebuilding the menu, and we were going for it, and very fun. We had a really fun first year. A couple people wanted to, when I left, a couple people came with me, and there were a lot with that were good and bad things. Yeah. And yes, and it was just this whole experience of starting from nothing and trying to sell it. And those first events are so stressful, and you're insecure because it's yours, and all of that. And it's been, in the past few years, we've been able to do over 1,200 events. which is crazy. And we've had a lot of good events and some, not a lot, some very few, just heartbreakers. And it's someone's wedding, and like every company is going to have a few of those, but we've been very blessed to have really good workers, really good team. Yeah.
That's amazing. So it sounds like your why from moving from a successful business already to becoming your own business owner is A, why work so hard if you don't own it, and B, was you wanted to have your life with your family, right? Yeah, your build your life by design. Is that kind of what your why was?
Yes, that's a good question, and that's something that I love that question of why, and I feel like I answer that differently every time I think about it, because there's so many reasons why we do anything. But I think primarily it was, number one, I did fall in love with it. It's fun to be at events. And even though it's super high stress and you have 2 hours to feed 300 people and you're picking up a restaurant and taking it there and you miss one tong that you didn't bring and you cannot make friends. And you're like, I just ruined this wedding. It could be any of those things. I did fall in love with that stress and that high energy environment. And yes, I wanted to be able to create my own life. And I felt like when I'm working for someone else, it's always their control at the last say. And I trust myself, and I was willing to bet on myself with this. And the bet's worked out so far, which is nice.
That is awesome. Okay. So, since 2021, and that was a very hard year to start a catering business, wouldn't you say? I mean, I would think that
yes,
that was a bit of a challenge. So how did you overcome that? Like, how did the catering industry change?
Funny enough, I'll go to the old company. So when I started for this other company, it was right when COVID hit. And we are having to refund everyone. And it was be creative. That was our whole thought process. We can't refund. We already spent the money or whatever. It's like we got all these deposits. And so we started doing drive-by catering. We're like, hey, well, first off, we said, hey, anyone that's postponing their event, great. We'll just keep your money on the books. We'll do it later. But we started telling people, we're like, well, we can't just do all of these next summer and be sold out. Like, we have to do events. We have to have a way to profit. And you guys should do a drive-by catering. And it was drive-through catering. And we had our bars set up so people would drive in their cars through these weddings, and we'd be handing them the food to their cars. And then they would shake the bride and the bride's family or the groom's family. And it was like such a fun experience for them. But we were just like throwing that idea out there. They're like, yeah, we'll do it. And we're like, great.
That is brilliant. Brilliant.
It's hilarious. Yes. And it was so nice for everyone. Everyone's like, I don't want to go 4 hours to a wedding. I want to drive by, get food, get everything. And we did those all the time. We switched to delivery where we just drop off. We went strict COVID with the full masks and double gloves. And we did a lot with all of that. With my other company, right at the end of 2021 is when I started this, and everyone was kind of just so sick of COVID that just no one cared. But for those first 2 years that it was lockdown to reopen to, hey, I'm getting married next week because I met someone in lockdown. And like these crazy situations, the whole goal was be creative. And as much as we could, we would adapt and we would change and we would get that. And that was those 2 years where we went from 100 events to 800 events. And I feel like because we were creative, we got all the clients. No other catering company was willing to be creative. They'd done this forever. They were stuck in their ways. And we were just these 26, and we both just were making things happen.
I was going to ask how old you were. Like, you look too young to be doing this so awesome. So who helped you come up with that idea? Was that like your own beautiful brain going, boo? Or did you like work with your team or?
Very few good ideas. That's the nice thing. That's the best part about it. It was like, we need something. And it finally someone's like, yeah, let's do this. And we just started pitching that to all of our clients. Hey, yeah, you should do drive-by. There were so many that we were just trying to promote anyone that, and we felt like anyone else that was trying to be creative, people still wanted to get married. People still wanted to have a wedding reception.
That's pretty awesome. I mean, that right there is innovation, right? You don't have to build, an iPhone to be innovative. Like, you took a very challenging time in history and turned it around to be a profitable opportunity for you by being creative. And I think that's amazing. Like, if I knew that you did that, obviously I've been married forever and a day, but I mean, if I knew that you do that, like, I'm going to make sure this is shared everywhere, because that's cool. Like, just that willingness to provide value, no matter how it had to be, like, right there, that's kindness, and kindness takes you a very, very, very far away.
Thank you. And and it was fun for us. We had fun creating these random things, and it made it worth it, because if you're not having fun creating these ideas or doing these random ideas, and you're too stressed and you're too into your business almost that you can't be outside of it. That was the nice thing is COVID, we had to refund so many. We were bored. We're sitting there for 3 weeks being like, well, what can we do? We're so bored. And instead of going inward and being like, oh, my life's hard, I'm a catering company, my catering company's going to fail, it was, we're just not going to let it. So we're going to do whatever we can to make it happen.
I won't allow my life to have stress and not allow it to happen, right? Like, I do not live in a world where I will fail at this. Like, that's how you have to have that kind of mindset. And obviously it took you far. One thing I love about Crisp Catering is I'm on your website. And, number one, it's beautiful. Like, it's very well done.
Thank you. That's all thanks to my marketing team. Lori is amazing. If you've met Lori, she's amazing, and that's all thanks to her.
The images are absolutely fantastic. You're very clear as to what your mission is and what what you can offer. What I like is these are real images of your team, is what it looks like. It's your people, your family, like. About here, I just find this very comfortable. Like, I feel like I am connecting with you through your website. And as, a marketing queen, I guess I'll just say that. I'm more of a strategist.
I love that.
But I'm a queen.
No,
well, I am connecting very well, because I feel like you will love my family the way that you're loving your family here. Like, that's the feeling I'm getting. But the point I want to get to is their logo. Your logo is a hexagon, and it represents your 6 core values, right? So we are honest, we care, we work hard, we are kind always, we are hungry to improve, and we are focused on others. So how did you come about this? Like, this is beautiful, and it feels very authentic. Like, I feel like you're being very honest here. So where did this come from?
Thank you. To be honest, I always get the question of, like, when do you promote someone, or why do you fire someone, or why do you hire someone? Mm-hmm. And for me, it all broke down to those 6 things. For everything that I care about in workers and who I work with and what I'm about, that's the core values of both what I hope to be and what I hope my team is. And I don't think I've ever gotten angry at someone who is doing all of those 6 things. I'd never fired anyone who is doing all of those 6 things. It's because those are the 6 things that matter. And to me, now other people have other ones, but if someone's not working hard, if someone doesn't care, that's the first and biggest one for me is we care. If you don't care, then I don't
want you here.
It's the part-time thing. Yeah, this is just like you can't step outside of yourself enough to care about someone's wedding. This is someone's like biggest day of their life. Or if we make a mistake, if you can't care enough about that person to be like, I see where you're coming from, I have a hard time wanting to promote you, if that makes sense. Or me, if I don't care about someone, I don't do their event. I just say, I have a hard time with you or whatever it is. It's those 6 things are what impact everything I try to do within this company. It's those core values of who I try to be. It's those core values of who I care my team is. And every promotion, every firing, every hiring is all dependent on those 6 things.
I'm actually looking at your menu, and I can even see those values here in like some of your menu. It just, you do. It looks like, it seems like you are absolutely living what you're describing. That's where relationships are built, right? So if you provide a service that wows the customer, if you're truly providing value that impacts them, you're going to get their girlfriends and their next friends and their next friends as well. And that word of mouth is the cheapest form of marketing you can imagine. And it's also the best, highest return of investment, with the highest closing rate. So, it really does look like you've got a great thing going on here. I'm so impressed. Do you have like a certain area that you cover, or?
Yeah. So we actually have a location in Provo and Salt Lake. Our Salt Lake location is kind of more of a ghost kitchen where it's accessible by the public, but our Provo location, we do taste tests here. So Erica, if you need a taste test, that's, if you need to try it, you might get remarried 100 years down the line.
Or I might just say, we'll renew our vows. Like, this looks awesome. No, what is going to happen is I'm going to go visit my family down there or another client down there, and I'm going to stop by and say, you need to feed me.
Yes, that's easy. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
We do taste tests out of here. This is kind of more of our front of house type of location. And we do some events out of here. So this has been a fun little spot. Yeah.
Oh, I think this is adorable. Hot chocolate and donut bar. Like, that's just not something you would think of, right? Like, that's just adorable.
Yes.
Classic.
Oh, and our hot chocolate is
it awesome? Is it like...
It's awesome. And there's some funny names. We have one that is, it's Olaf, and Lori's going to kill me that I don't have it memorized. It is Summer for Olaf.
Okay.
I don't know. We have the whipped cream that's melting, and we put the buttons down and sure we have arms.
This song right now that he's singing in my head.
And he's melting in the hot chocolate. So the longer you're drinking this drink, the more the hot chocolate looks like it's melting. It's hilarious. It's the cutest thing ever.
Kind of morbid. I mean,
you're just melting. It's great.
And you're eating Olaf. We're drinking Olaf, Daniel. That's a little weird. No, I'm kidding. I would totally any day.
If you think about it that way, worse.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm on your website, and it's catercrisp.com, right? Am I saying that right? Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the best place for people to find you? Do you have social media or anything they want to share otherwise?
Yes, we have social media, same thing, catercrisp.com or catercrisp at catercrisp, or Instagram's different, actually. Instagram is crisp.catering. And then everything else is catercrisp.com.
Perfect.
Or catercrisp.
All right. And we'll make sure that we have all of those links in the show notes. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much, Daniel. You've been really fun to talk to. Like, this is good. I'm going to have to keep in touch, because now I'm assuming you don't just do weddings, right? Like, I'm assuming you do
we do a lot of corporate.
Yeah.
And those are some of our favorites. We love corporate events. We love our corporate clients. We've done bar mitzvahs. We've done charity events. We've done a lot of cool events. We try to do a lot of those. So if anyone has charity, have them reach out, because we love giving back. It's one of our favorite things.
That is so cool. Well, we will make sure that all of the links are up, and as soon as this is up, we will share it. This has been so much fun. Based on my experience during this call, I think you do live by those core values. And in my opinion, that's what it takes for businesses to become successful. So I have no doubt that you're going to be the name, the industry name in Utah. And it's because when they're eating your food and drinking your dying Olafs, they're going to feel that love too. And that's what it's all about, is you're bringing fame and value to those who are eating your food. So it's awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome so much. Well, good luck. Yeah, I definitely need to try the food and make sure, it's worth,
Yes, obvious.
All right, Daniel, thank you so much. And everybody, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you, and we will see you next time. Wow, what a great episode. I hope you had as much fun as I did. If you want more of this goodness, make sure you subscribe so that you get notifications for future podcasts. And if you found value from this, please share it with others. You can visit our website at cwgdigital.com. This is Erica Bailey. I am your host, and I will see you next time.